Now, tell me what you know about Father Ryan's murder.
Of course. I was the one who found him. He'd been stabbed several times in the chest. Renzi was still at the crime scene when I got there. He was huddled in the corner muttering to himself. It sounded to me like he was speaking in tongues. I came back to the church and called the police, expecting Renzi to have fled when I got back. But he was still there. He didn't even struggle when the police took him away. It was also very strange. May God forgive Mr. Renzi.
We'd better hope he does, because Renzi's dead.
What happened?
He hung himself in his cell this morning. Apparently the guilt was too much for him.
That poor man. What a tragic way to end up.
Have you ever heard of the Knights of St. Anthony?
No, can't say I have. Are they some sort of religious order?
That's the impression I get, but I don't know anything about them.
Well, it's possible to make a few guesses based on the name alone.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, I suppose it would depend on which St. Anthony we're talking about.
You mean there's more than one?
Well, four in fact, but there are two famous ones. St. Anthony the Great and St. Anthony of Padua.
Tell me something about St. Anthony the Great.
He was the first St. Anthony, born in 251 AD. One of many things he did was live out in the desert by himself. That's why he's the patron saint of hermits. Also, he's known for being tempted by Satan and successfully resisting. There are several famous artworks depicting the temptations of St. Anthony. One of the more striking ones is Shangar's engraving of St. Anthony being tormented by demons.
By demons? Interesting. Tell me about St. Anthony of Padua.
He was born sometime in the 13th century as Ferdinand the Bullo. Later on he joined an order of monks dedicated to Anthony the Great. That's when he changed his own name to Anthony. He was said to be the best preacher of the 13th century. In fact, they say that when they opened his tomb 30 years after he died, the only part of him that remained intact was his tongue.
That's...
A miracle, I know. He's one of the more beloved saints in the Catholic Church. He's also who you pray to when you lose something.
Lose something?
Yes, whether you misplace your car keys or your mother, you can call on him. There's even a rhyme. St. Anthony, please come around. Something is lost and needs to be found.
Clever. I'll see you later, Father.
God be with you.
Got a minute, Simon?
Certainly.
Do you think you could look something up for me?
Sure, what do you need?
I need you to look up a guy named Vincenzo Bianchi. He's from the Vatican.
The Vatican, eh? I don't know how easily accessible their information is going to be. As I suspected, I'm going to have to hack into their records.
Won't that be difficult?
Probably, but it'll be an interesting challenge. Damn!
What happened?
The records are incredibly secure. I can't get any decent information on Bianchi. All I can find is that he works in St. Peter's Basilica.
Well, it's a good enough start. I'll just have to go and sniff him out, I guess. I don't need to research anything else. That's all for now.
Right.
I'm gonna go look into some stuff.
Have fun.
Where did you get that uniform? Could I ask you a few questions?
If you must.
Can you tell me anything about St. Peter's?
Sir, I am not the tour guide. If you wish to know more about the building, I'm sure there's someone inside who can help you.
Do you know someone who works here named Vincenzo Bianchi?
Vincenzo Bianchi? No, I do not know him. But, as I only guard the entrance to the Basilica, I'm not familiar with its employees. You should see Cardinal Genovese. He knows everyone around here.
Where can I find Cardinal Genovese?
Oh, he's not very hard to find. He's the most sociable cardinal I've ever seen. You'll probably run into him just by going inside.
So what's it like being a Swiss guard?
try standing around in front of a door all day long and you'll get the idea. It's not all bad, though. I get to live here in Vatican City, away from Rome.
You don't like Rome?
No, I love Rome. It's just the Romans I can't stand. They drive like lunatics, are always shouting, and the street performers. Oh, God, I can't even think about those awful street performers without feeling sick. Oh, good. Now you've made me sick. I hope you're happy.
In a way, I sort of am.
Please go away. I'm trying to do my job here.
Have you heard of a group called the Knights of St. Anthony?
No. Should I have heard of them?
I don't know, you tell me.
What is this, an interrogation?
In a way, yeah.
I've never heard of the Knights of St. Anthony. Now leave me alone, would you?
Thanks for your time.
Yes, yes. Goodbye.
Does this symbol mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
I guess not. Excuse me, are you Cardinal Genovese?
Yes, I am. May I help you with something?
I'm looking for a man named Vincenzo Bianchi. Do you know him?
Bianchi? Yes, I do know him. He works here in the Basilica.
Great! Do you think I could speak with him?
May I ask what this is in regards to?
I just have a few questions I'd like to ask him.
I see. I'm sure he would be willing to see you. But unfortunately, he is not in his office today.
Where is Bianchi's office?
It's just past that door over there. But as I told you, Mr. Bianchi is not in today. If you come back tomorrow, I'm sure he will see you then.
Is there anything you can tell me about the Basilica?
There is much I can tell you. What specifically would you like to know?
Oh, I don't know. Just tell me anything that comes to mind.
Well, let me see. This is the largest church in Christianity. It is built over the old St. Peter's Basilica, where the tomb of St. Peter lies. Speaking of tombs, there are 91 popes buried here.
Wow, that's a lot of popes. Where do they fit them all?
Many of them are located under the basilica, in a crypt. We sometimes refer to it as the Vatican Grotto.
How do you get down there?
There is an entrance further in the basilica. I'm sure you can find a tour that will take you downstairs.
I'm not really much of the tour type, but maybe I'll check it out on my own. So how long have you been a cardinal here?
Oh, for quite some time. I consider myself incredibly fortunate in that respect.
Have you heard of a group called the Knights of St. Anthony?
The Knights of St. Anthony, you say? No, I'm afraid I have not. Who are they?
I'm not entirely sure yet.
Well, I wish you luck in your attempts to find out more.
Thanks for your help.
It was my pleasure.
Does this symbol mean anything to you?
No, it resembles a child's drawing, nothing more.